Hi, I'm Dave.
And I'm Becky, and we're parents to two little kids. Parenting isn't always easy. There are ups and downs, good days and bad days, days with way too much TV, and days with lots of laughter. Moments where you just feel overwhelmed, and moments where you've never felt more proud.
At the end of the day, parenting is super rewarding, but also super hard. This podcast is for all the parents out there who feel like they have no idea what they're doing, because we're right there with you. This is the Spillproof podcast. Hey everybody, we're back with the Spillproof podcast.
I'm Becky.
And I'm Dave.
Today, we're talking about working from home.
Yes, working from home.
Mm-hmm.
So we thought we would do this topic because as of last week...
Yeah, it's been a week now. It's officially been a full week.
Officially been a week. I'm now work from home.
Mm-hmm. Dave got a new job. He's worked from home. Now, technically, yours isn't necessarily, but like mine is still temporary, quote unquote, temporarily for work from home. I have been working from home for over 15 months since March of 2020. I'll probably go back in the fall sometime part-time.
Mm-hmm. And I very well might go in as well, but as of right now, I'm strictly work from home.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about working from home right now. Our kids are home 3 days a week. They go to daycare 2 days a week. So talking about that, what's the word I'm looking for? Dynamic. Taking a look at that dynamic, working from home while your kids are in the house.
Yeah, we thought that we would talk about this mainly because it's kind of more of a thing now. I mean, it's kind of ramping down, and now I think it's becoming the people who are work from home are going to be work from home, whereas the people who were only temporary work from home are going back into the office or are back in the office. Mm-hmm. And everyone who had the experience, I think, might have had a different experience. Some good, some bad. I know some people like to escape to the office to kind of get their freedom, become a real person for a little bit before they come back home and they're a parent again, and all the kids and the drama and the messes.
Yeah, so we wanted to talk about our first, it's only been a week, but there have already been a lot of changes in our family's lifestyle, really. So a week into it, we wanted to talk about what it's been like. And like Dave has had his first full week. Like you did work from home over pandemic a little bit, but since then, this is your first full week working from home. I have been working from home for a while. So I think it'll be interesting to kind of like compare our experiences from this last week to see like what we like, dislike, all those good things.
Yeah. So let's dive right in.
Yeah. So in this last week, Dave, what have you just really liked about work from home so far?
What I've liked about work from home so far probably is going to be not having to commute, which is nice. And it's another thing that, for me, commuting was therapeutic. It gave me a chance to wake up in the morning. Coming home, it gave me a chance to kind of decompress off of the workday. And I think that maybe I was thinking not having that was going to be like this huge, like, oh my gosh. And again, I've done work from home, but not in the capacity that I'm doing right now, where I'm doing real work. When I was working from home before, I really wasn't doing that much work. Well, let's be honest.
Was it because there was only so much you could do?
Correct, because I was doing a job remotely that really required me to be on the ground. Mm-hmm. Not to mention it was pandemic and nobody was buying cars unless they had to, because of the whole clause thing. And then dealerships ran with it and said, "Oh, well, everything's an emergency." Which wasn't the case. They were only supposed to be selling cars for emergencies. So people who came in with a damaged vehicle, no motor that was running, or, in a car accident, something like that. But they just let any Joe Schmo go and buy a car, which was not the way it was supposed to be, but that's how they read the rule, so to speak. So I really wasn't that busy. Now, like, I'm doing a full day's work. I'm working all the way until lunch, take a lunch, working all the way until I get out. So the commute probably, but honestly, I think it's the non-retail hours, which has nothing to do with work from home.
That's who you like the best so far?
Yeah, I think it's the two things, but yeah.
No, yeah, but like, so no commute and then just better hours.
Yeah, I mean, like, it would take me on a good day, like a good day, like Saturday, what, 17 to 20 minutes to get home?
On like a really good day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But typically it would take me about half an hour to get home.
Yeah, but when you got out at 6
Mm-hmm.
or 7, which
Mm-hmm.
were your late nights,
Mm-hmm.
and before that it was 8, before a pandemic, and then the hours changed a little bit, but you would either get home after bedtime or there would be like 20 minutes of family time before we started the bedtime routine.
Yeah. And I honestly, the work from home is great. Like, getting some stuff done, doing bottles, folding clothes during lunch, not having to go out, saving money on that. Certainly on gas, because 2 out of the 3 cars take premium. But I honestly think it's just the hours, which again has nothing to do with work from home. But like getting out at or a little bit before 5 o'clock, Monday through Friday, and having weekends. Yeah, I turned this into a whole work from home thing, but that's honestly the big thing. And then on top of that, not having a commute. So when I get out at 4:30, I'm out.
Yeah.
I can start making dinner.
Yeah. And Dave's the cook in this house, so this week has been really good for me, because normally I get out at 5 and I'm like, I have no idea what the kids are going to eat, and they're hungry, and they're hungry at 5:05, and by 5:15 they're savages.
Yeah.
We got into a routine of eating kind of early during pandemic, and so now at 5:15 they're like animals.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have nothing for you. So that has been nice for me. Some things I wrote down about just work from home in general are the extra time. So extra time in the mornings, because there is no commute. I typically am not getting as dressed up. I say that I'm not getting dressed up at all. But that's something I'll talk about
you're wearing
later,
clothes,
but like, they're pretty comfy clothes.
Yeah.
Every once in a while,
you're not doing
I'll
like
throw
a
dress
t-shirt
on. But like today I wore like a gym shirt and gym shorts, because I knew I wasn't going to be on camera a lot today.
Oh yeah. I just wore a t-shirt because I knew I wasn't going to have any
Yeah.
video
If I
calls.
know I'm going to have like a bunch of video conference calls that day.
I didn't even do my hair.
I
just checked. I didn't do my hair.
Yeah, no, you didn't. I usually dress up a little bit more, but today I had like one phone call and I knew I didn't need to be on camera, so I wore like workout clothes today. But the extra time has been great. The amount of money we have saved. I mean, we kind of did like, in general, a monthly calculation what we're saving, like at the beginning of all this, of pandemic. But like the amount of money we're saving on not getting coffees in the morning, like that's $5 a coffee, like, it's right. So like not going out for lunch, like no afternoon coffee or afternoon snacks, or like,
we have started grinding our own coffee, which
I see it, but yeah, like we're having coffee at home. We're not, typically you and I would both grab coffee on the way to work.
Yeah, and then maybe one in the afternoon.
Yeah,
when we got
exactly.
tired.
And like sometimes like I would bring you a coffee at work because we both worked within like 5 minutes of each other.
Those nitros were good.
Yeah, nitros from Wegmans. I would bring you one and like get us through the rest of the day. So yeah, the amount of money we've saved, even on lunches, because like it was at least $10 for lunch minimum. We were both basically 4, if not 5 days a week. We were both buying lunches out. So that, like, and it was just adding up. Like we were spending so much money just for like breakfast, lunch, dinner, and coffee is on a weekly basis. And we've saved all that money because we're eating lunch at home, and our weekly grocery bills are more, but we're saving more in the long run because we're like making a sandwich, not like
right.
getting Panera every day, which is like $12 a meal.
Yeah, so it overall I think has been a good thing, and I think we both really enjoy it. And given the opportunity, I think that we would choose to continue this, in the respect of being able to work from home. I think that is probably a given. But again, one of the things that we really enjoy about work from home, and even again, I hate going back to the hours, but the hours are just fantastic. Non-retail hours, just it makes everything go by quicker, in the good sense. But work from home has given us the opportunity to, and this is part of the reason why I took this job, to spend more time with the family. So, like Becky said, we do rely on daycare 2 days a week. It used to be 3 before COVID, and then we pulled back a little bit, mostly for COVID reasons, but a little bit for the cost too.
Then after COVID, we also had 2 kids in daycare, not 1.
Correct, which is basically 4 days in daycare. That's a really good point. And daycare is not free, unfortunately. So what's been great about it is that we've been able to spend, more time in the house. So, in between, things I'm working on or things you're working on, we're able to, you're able to make actual eye contact with our kids, because you're downstairs, and I was in the basement and decided that it was too much of a dungeon because with 3 lights, it was still too dark.
It was so dark down there.
3 lights, 3 screens, and it still felt like a dungeon. But it kind of shielded everything away from me. So now I'm upstairs in the guest room and light, but I can hear everything. But it's great because when I come down, I can, when I come down to get some water, I can see the kids. And Owen runs up to me. He's like, "Daddy, Daddy, look at this." So that's been really great too. Is it's given us an opportunity to, and while it might not be quality time with the kids, but it gives us more time with the kids. They see us around the house. They may not know where we go for, 3 or 4 hours if I'm upstairs working. I think Owen's kind of gotten the idea now. It's been a week that Daddy goes to work. I've been actually reusing a lot of the polos that I had for my previous job. So he always knew when I put the blue polo on, Daddy's going to work. Just because it's easy. So.
But yeah, it's nice to if I'm grabbing more coffee or just running to the bathroom, or if I just need to step away from my desk, like if I'm working on a report and I've been staring at the screen, I'll go and like Wednesday through Friday, my mom and Dave's mom watch the kids those days, and they kind of split days. They work it out and split those 3 days. But we'll either talk with them or we'll say hi to the kids or get quick hugs. So it's just nice to have that extra time, or we'll eat lunch together. So that's really nice. And I've had that for, like I said, since March 2020, mid-March 2020. So I'm used to it. But I have noticed, especially Owen, I think he's been more well behaved with you being home. Or maybe I don't know. I haven't put a ton of thought into analyzing this, but I feel like Owen, after the Nanas would go home, and before Dave came home, Owen would really give me a run for my money every day. And I would be like, "Oh yes, thank goodness Dave is home." And I kind of have we can tag team them. But I don't know if it's just having that extra support with you being home, or if he's just really happy to see you more, that he's just more well behaved. But I think he's been behaving better. Hopefully it lasts and it's not just a fluke.
Now that you mentioned that, I have kind of noticed that because, when I was coming home in my commute, you guys would call and I would just have 8 Harman Kardon speakers in my car blaring Owen screaming about something.
Yeah.
And it was awesome to have that in stereo while in traffic.
Yeah. Typically when we called you, someone was screaming or crying and I was like, "Okay, when are you going to be home?" Where are you?
I see on Google Maps you haven't left work yet.
That's typically how it would go. Why are you still at work? Why are you not on your way home? I need help. But yeah, I don't know if it's just like now that there's both of us, so that way if like Owen's about to have a meltdown, one of us can handle that and the other one can handle the other kid. Or if it's, I don't know. But I like it a lot so far. And I also just like seeing you more.
Yeah, you know, it's funny you say that because I actually was looking at my phone today. You know, just looking at my text messages, and I realized you were like 8 down from the top.
Yeah, I realized that like yesterday too. We haven't sent each other a text in like days.
No,
because we're just with each other.
Well, that and technically speaking, we work at the same company.
We do.
So we can IM each other.
Yeah,
we've IM'd each other.
We've been like really trying to limit that, obviously, because
correct,
we don't want to like go overboard, and Dave is in a new role and he wants to make sure he's
it's not anything distracting.
Up and running. No, but like
just like check-ins.
Oh yeah, like, hey, how's it going? Need anything up there?
Yeah.
Or like, how's your work going today? Just quick stuff like that. But we haven't texted each other in days.
No, it's shocking.
Or called each other because we're just with each other.
Yeah, there's no reason to call you. You're literally downstairs. I could yell to you.
Yeah, it's great. I really like the extra family time that we've had because, you know, our kids eat dinner early. So we typically have like a couple hours before bed now where we're just going on walks or going to get ice cream by the canal or going to visit the grandparents. Or today we hung outside with some neighbors who have kids around Owen's age and a really sweet playground in their backyard play set. So we hung out with them for a while, but it's been nice to just have like that quintessential after work time instead of it being very short and
yeah, it almost
rushed,
felt like
kind of.
Yeah, it almost felt like even though I could see them in the morning for a little bit and then, you know, or drop them off at daycare, and then a little bit when I got home, you know, maybe for an hour, it's almost like I really didn't see them. I saw them when they got up, like an hour after, and then an hour before they went to bed. Every day but Sunday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
And now, because I, you know, work, you know, 7:30 to 4:30 and Monday through Friday, and I'm home.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I see them more. And I know that's stupid to say because obviously I see them more, but I actually see them more with quality time.
Yeah, it's quality time. It's
rather
not
than
like,
oh my gosh, I got to get in 30 minutes before we start bedtime routine, or oh my gosh, I have to, you know, try to get them up early so I can spend, you know, 30 minutes with them before they get sucked into the TV, or we got to go up to daycare or whatever it might be. So, and obviously, you know, there are some difficulties with work from home with a 2.5-year-old and an 11-month-old. Obviously, you're used to this because you've had it for a while, but I'm just discovering I work best in quiet. So I can focus. And if again, this is a new job, everything's a little bit new. It doesn't just flow. When you've been doing something for 3 or 4 years, I get it. You know, you get in, you go in, you can have music on, you can have distractions, TV, whatever it might be, and you can do it. Right now, it's pretty new. It's been a week. I got to really focus just because I want to make sure I'm doing a good job. And, you know, speed and accuracy is what counts. But he is really loud. And our daughter just yells for no good reason.
Well, she typically is trying. So Owen can just get really loud. And he's hugely into cars. So he's typically screaming about like some make-believe scenario he's made up with his cars, and they inevitably end up crashing. So it's, oh no, watch out.
That's all I hear. That's all I hear upstairs through the door.
And I'm used to it because he's been doing this forever. And I can typically tune it out, or I just put like headphones in and listen to something like for background noise.
Yeah.
But, and it's not all the time, but it's like every once in a while, just all day, he's like playing that cars are crashing or like they're in a race. And so it's, oh, watch out. Oh no, look at these guys. So, and then Emily tries to mimic him, but she can only say a couple words. So she just ends up yelling and going, ah! Ah! So yeah, Dave really got to experience that really for the first time, like the last 2 days, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And it's super distracting. Now, I was in the basement originally where all I could hear was our son stomping
around.
He must have flat feet because the way that he and I have flat feet, so it's possible, but the way he stomps around the house, you would think an adult was walking around in big heavy boots. Like you wouldn't think it was a 2.5-year-old stomping around. Like it sounds like someone seriously is angry.
He does stomp around a lot.
He does everywhere he goes. He's just I know
where he is at all times.
Yeah, and it just
Although today, when my mom was here, we couldn't find him for like, it was really like 1 minute.
Was he hiding in the curtains?
He wasn't. He was hiding in here, not in the curtains. He had really hid under a blanket, like on the side of the couch. So it took me a second to realize where he was, and I saw a tuft of hair, and I was like, "Oh, that was a good spot, Owen." And then he peeked out, and he was like, "I'm hiding." I was like,
he's actually getting better at hiding, and it's becoming a problem.
Yeah, because normally when he hid, he would kind of just like sit in the middle of the room.
You'd see feet or hands,
or like he would just sit out in the open.
He did.
And if you were like, "Oh, I see you," he'd be like, "No, you don't. I'm hiding."
Yeah,
he's better. Yeah. So sometimes the kids can be loud, and that takes some getting used to. And there are times when, like, I kind of have to. Especially since I'm on the same floor as them and they can see me sometimes. Like they'll come over, especially recently, Owen's been like, "Mommy, I need hugs. I need a hug." And it's so cute. But there are times when I'm like, "Buddy, Mommy's working. Like I really need to focus," and I'll have the nanas take them like outside or in a different room or like upstairs in his bedroom to play. Just so that way I'm like out of their line of sight. And typically that works. That's fine. He's just kind of, it's typically when like the nanas aren't giving him something. And so he comes over to try to butter me up and then ask me. But we've seen such an increase in just quality time. Even you and I feel like we've had more time, you and I, to just talk or, we went on our first date night in forever.
We did. That was what, 2 weeks ago?
Was it?
It was more than a week ago.
Okay, yeah, it must have been about 2 weeks ago. But yeah, it was literally our first date night since my birthday in 2020, which was March 8th.
Which we were in Disney.
We were in Disney for, yeah.
Narcoossee's.
So, yeah, but it was...
that was a great dinner, by the way.
That was really good. But we've been trying to make more time, you and I, too, because now I feel like before when you were working longer hours and because you had to commute and it would add that time on, like we were really focused on getting you time with the kids because you really had limited time each day. And so now we can make time, like there's plenty of time for the kids and plenty of time for us to have like our time together too, which has been really nice.
Which obviously that was one of the reasons why we started doing this, but I think a lot of parents would be able to say that, it's a balancing act, and sometimes it can be off balance. The kids, it's easy to say, well, the kids get all the attention because they have to, because if they don't, they're misbehaving, they're screaming. It's pretty obvious, but between us, it's a little less obvious, and sometimes it's hard to put it in perspective because you don't really notice it because all the attention the kids are getting and then all the energy that goes into that. And then all of a sudden, everyone's just tired sitting on the couch and just wants to do nothing. And it's I think it's easy to fall into that rut, so to speak, just because it's it's the way it naturally would fall if you don't put effort towards it.
Yeah. So I think we've been trying to refocus on our time, our quality time too, which has been really nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I've enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we're only a week into this, but
yeah. So we're like totally in the honeymoon phase of it.
Right. Yeah.
But
at some point we might get on each other's nerves or
yeah, right. But
whatever it might be.
So far we're loving it.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I struggle with work from home, but I feel like I've gotten into like it's not a bad routine, but like I don't do my hair and makeup as much.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like fine.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. But I think sometimes I'm like, oh, it would be nice to like get up, do my hair, my makeup. And there are days that I obviously do that. And I'm like, oh, I feel really good today. But it's easy to throw on like leggings or like athletic bottoms and like a flowy top and just kind of like whatever, like throw my hair into like a nice bun on the back of my head so that it looks professional. But like, I think sometimes I do miss like not the like getting up early to get ready, but just like looking nicer.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something I still haven't, like when I was obviously pregnant during pandemic and I would just wear my maternity clothes. So there was like a limited number of things I could wear anyways. It was like very plain t-shirts, maternity t-shirts, like maternity shorts or pants. But now, like, obviously, our daughter's almost 1. Like, I have not been pregnant for almost a year, but I haven't gotten into the, like, this is what my, like, work from home wardrobe is, which I think I need to, like, figure that out.
I get that 100%.
Yeah.
Today was the first day that I didn't wear my blue polo because I knew we weren't having morning meetings, and I think I switched to shorts like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Just because nobody sees the bottom anyways, and it's warm.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, I was like full polo pants.
My hair
was done.
Did you use that? It's not gelled.
Wax,
yeah,
dry wax.
Was dry. Yeah.
And just because I wanted to look professional on camera and on the video chats, it wasn't required by any means. I think most of the people I work with either don't even show their camera or they're just in regular clothes because they're all work from home as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't think like. Not that I don't think, I know, like me wearing more relaxed clothes, it doesn't make me like more relaxed when I'm speaking with a client or with like a business partner or my team. Like I don't think I'm acting different because I'm wearing like more relaxed
because
clothes.
You're more comfortable. Or...
Yeah, I actually think it's helped me like not feel so uptight or like nervous about meetings because I am more relaxed and
you're more comfortable.
Yeah, I can just focus on the business and not worry about like, wow, these pants are pretty tight when I sit down. This is a poor choice. I have a muffin top right now. Like I'm like, my elastic waistband is like benefiting me really well right now. But I think like for me personally, like not work related at all, just me personally, I'm like, do I even like remember how to get ready? And I have like, obviously I can, like we've gone out to dinner and I've like done my hair and makeup and like,
but you question it because you haven't done it in so long.
Oh gosh, have I turned into like, I don't know. Like I think it's more like a self-esteem thing for me, and not that I need to like put on makeup or do my hair to feel better, but like I think it helps me feel better sometimes. And sometimes like this morning I was like, I got up early to work out and I was just like tired. I was like a little sluggish getting going this morning. And so I was like, yeah, I am going to wear like more comfy at like leisure wear. But I don't know. I need to figure out my work from home wardrobe because it is different than your office wardrobe.
Yeah. I think it's like a little more casual.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you have to wear button-ups, polos maybe.
Yeah, like I don't want to wear like my black work pants or jeans because that's not comfortable. But maybe I need to like, okay, so I'll wear like comfortable bottoms or leggings or whatever, but like a button down.
Yeah.
And like, you know, yeah. I'm going to start that.
Yeah.
Party on top and casual on the bottom.
At least as long as you have something on the bottom.
I always have something on the bottom.
I don't know. You see those videos where the guy gets up and is like in his boxers. Like, who thought that was a good idea?
No, I mean, I always have like shorts or leggings or unless I'm wearing a dress. I have worn a dress. Some days you just can't do pants.
You don't wear pants with your dresses?
No, I don't. I don't.
So I think overall it was a good change, and so far we're really, really liking it.
Yeah, and we will loop back with you guys once we're more than a week into this work from home thing to tell you how we're doing with it.
Yeah, have we gotten on each other's nerves yet?
Yeah. Do we have strict rules now about how much we can interact during the day?
We had the Owen Accords. Maybe we need the work from home Accords.
Hopefully not. I think we can make it work.
Oh, yeah, it'll be fine. We're in separate rooms. That's the reason why we had separate offices.
Yeah, Dave is like up in his office. It's the guest room, which is now his office. And like the dining room has been my office for a while.
Yeah, the dining room is the office. Upstairs is the guest room / office / playroom / storage area.
But now it's your office.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did ask Dave when he got this job. I was like, let's like really clear out the dining room and we can have like both of our desks in the same area. It'll be so fun. And he immediately was like, nope, that's not happening.
No.
He's like, you will distract me all day.
Yes.
I was like, you're right, I would.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, talk to me. Which honestly is what I would do with people in the office. I don't think I'm like any more or less, well, I actually think I'm a little more productive at home because sometimes like when needed, I'll just like log back on later. But like, you know, at work with my coworkers or teammates or friends at work, I would like go to their desk and talk or get coffee with them. And obviously like,
yeah, everyone did that at work. I, mean? I did that all the work. We'd walk around the cars and walk the lot and stretch our legs.
Yeah, so I actually think I'm like more productive here because I don't have anyone to like go get coffee with or like just hang out at their cube and be like, so what's going on with you? So
100%.
But that is our work from home experience so far. Dave, any final thoughts?
No. I don't see how this could be a bad thing.
Yeah. Good so far.
All right. Well, that was work from home.
Yeah. We'll give you, like I said, we'll give you guys an update maybe in a couple months. See how we're still doing.
Yeah. See if we're still enjoying it or if we're ready to go back in the office. Thanks for listening to the Spillproof podcast. As always, reach out to us at spillproofpodcast@gmail.com.
We'd love to hear from you all, and we can't wait to talk with you next time.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.